Welcome back. You're still watching This Morning live on Metro TV. This morning we are looking at how to save data, tidbits on how we can save data. And DK Cyber is already in the studio to tell us more. DK,
hi.
How are you doing?
I'm great. Yourself?
I'm also good. How's your weekend?
Not bad.
It's a new week. You're going to work. Okay. So tell us what data saving is and what is the essence of actually saving data.
All right. Thank you. And good morning to our viewers. So today we've all known how expensive data, or let's say core data.
Core credits.
Core credits.
Yes.
All the way to data for browsing is becoming
the
so
bundles.
much. The bundle.
Yeah.
They're becoming much expensive every day. So there's a point, or there's a need for us to learn how best we can manage such data.
Yeah.
So assuming I buy 5 CDs data, how can I manage this data to be able to serve the purpose in which I purchased the data?
True.
So we are going to look at all the tips or what we can do on our mobile device or our computers, so at least we can manage the data. When we talk about data, we have data as in info, but here we are talking about what? Browsing. Right, we are talking about data for browsing. That's what we are looking at. How can we manage such data? So when you buy 2 CDs data, how many videos can I watch on TikTok? How many?
You buy 2 CDs data and you want to watch TikTok?
Right, so that's what we're looking at for this morning. So data purchasing, as I said earlier on, is very expensive of late. But sometimes there are so many things that are on our phone that we don't take much, or we don't pay much attention to. So this morning, kindly permit me to take you through.
Oh, feel free.
Yeah. So the first is always check your background data. Right. When I say background data, there are so many apps on your mobile phones, right, that genuinely take credits for updates.
Okay.
Right, or they take your data for update. So this morning you have so many apps on your mobile phone, and you can ask yourself, how many of these apps do you use? Maybe probably for your photo editing you use only one app, but you remember you downloaded some app, it's still on your mobile phone. That app will still take your data from your phone, right? So to save or to cut the matter short, try to delete apps that you don't use on your mobile phone, right? However, normally you can also go to your settings, depending on your phone that you use, you can go to your settings and you go to either internet or cellular data, then you go to background apps, right? Then you put them on off. You can automatically direct it that when it gets a Wi-Fi, it should update itself.
Yeah.
Right, so that is the best practice. Don't use your mobile data,
so
as in the one you buy with 5 CDs, 10 CDs, to update the
apps on your phone.
Yes, so when you get Wi-Fi, that one they probably can be from the office, you know, so that one you can use it, or you can even do midnight bundle to do what? To update such.
Yeah.
Yes, and also when you go on so many platforms, all the social apps, we have to know that some of the social apps are vlogging platforms. That means they deal with videos. An example is TikTok.
Yeah.
You can't go to TikTok to see images. They are all videos.
Yeah.
And such videos should take much data.
True.
So we should try as much as possible to put those content on TikTok to a lower level. Like if I'm on YouTube, you can direct that. I'll watch all my YouTube videos with maybe 480. Right, that's in the resolution of the video, because if the video is, let's say, 1080 or 720, that means it's a heavy file and it puts much data. So try to, if you don't need to pay attention to any small details in that video, do what to watch it in a lower mode. That would help you, right? However, some of our mobile phones, right, because before we purchase the data onto our phones, sometimes there are some subscriptions that we've done on our mobile phones that we are not aware of. Some of you guys might be aware, others wouldn't be aware of, and people too complain that sometimes they don't know how it happened, but it's there. We are here to talk about the best protective mechanism. We are not here to do any blame games. So why don't you pick your mobile phone this morning, and if you are using MTN, you dial this code, *175#, *175#, right? Then you go to my subscriptions, normally option 1. Then you go and check all the subscriptions you have done. if you're aware of them and you want to leave them, fine. If you don't need them, you take them off, because what happens is some of the subscriptions, it tends to take our data.
True.
Sometimes you buy credit. So I just bought 5 CDs, but I received 2 CDs, and you go and fight with the person whoever sent you the credit. It might be as a result of subscription. So that was for MTN. Let's come to Vodafone. Vodafone is *463#, right? *463#. Then you go through the same process and also try to take off any irrelevant subscription that you have done that you don't want anymore. Take them off. Okay. What about good guys, Airtel Tigo? Let's
Why are they the good guys?
Okay.
So,
so let's talk about Airtel Tigo. That's a *100#.
They are very good, Mom.
*100#. So you go through the same process, you take them off, right?
Yeah.
So we should be very careful about our background apps, the apps that we keep on our mobile phone. And also, you know that when we go to our phone settings, right, and we go to the apps, we can know every app, the amount of data that app is pulling.
True.
So if this morning you go through that process and you see that TikTok is a place that's pulling most, or even YouTube is pulling most
Instagram.
of my,
for mine, it's Instagram.
Because you're always there. It's pulling. So then you know how you regulate your activities over there, right? So you know the days you go there. When you have the capital, you go there. If you don't have, you don't go there. You don't buy 2 CDs and say, let me go and browse through Instagram, whilst you'll be using that data to do some research.
That is why I'm like, you buy 2 CDs and you are going to TikTok. But then, DK, let me come there. You see, on iPhone, for example, you see when you have the app itself, your app store, normally you see there are numbers on top, maybe 1, 2, 3. It means some of your apps needs to be updated. Good. For that one, it means the phone automatically wouldn't by itself updates. It has to get my approval. Does every phone has the same procedure where it wouldn't update by itself when you buy credits?
So we have settings that we do.
Okay.
Right. So some of the settings has been done automatically.
Okay.
So that they don't prompt you, right? But when it comes with iPhones, some prompt you, and some of them too, when they need a major update, that's when they prompt you.
Good.
Don't forget that some of the apps, like Facebook, hardly would you prompt you to update it. They update themselves automatically, because they always work on their servers, work on their app, right? So some of them doesn't show them to you. So that's why it's always important that put the update to Wi-Fi. So that when you have Wi-Fi, it's updated. Some of the apps prompt you, but some of them, they are minor updation. So they don't. So when you have the major updates like iPhone, when they are moving from a different iOS to a different iOS, you see them. They even insist that they always insist that try to update it.
Yes.
That is there. But some of the apps, because those ones are minor, they update themselves automatically that you wouldn't see. Right. So when you put it on Wi-Fi, when you connect to the Wi-Fi, it updates itself automatically. Same apply to our laptops, our computers, right?
If you are on low mode, does it allow you to use like all your data?
No. So if you're on low mode, what happens is it even prevents some of the files that you were assuming they are videos. You don't see them in that quality that you would want it. Right. So that is one of the disadvantages. Right. Sometimes you will see a very sharp picture taken by iPhone, and because you're on a low mode, you don't really see the picture. But what's the point? I've seen that he's taking a picture. I'm okay.
Oh no, it has to be quality.
It's okay. So quality comes with what? Cost. So then you should be ready to pay for
more. Now let's talk about the best ways to save them. You've given us the apps. What are other things that we can do without the apps? Like the apps and the delete. Because me, I can't delete some of my apps. So honestly, like you spoke about picture editing apps. Video editing apps. I have like 3. I have like 4, and I use all.
Wow. So you see, you are fully digital lady here. So then the cost for you is to know
it's too high.
Yes. So you need to pay for more before you use such services. Right. We are here to talk about to manage it. We are not saying that stop using them.
We have to manage
how
it.
we can manage them.
Okay.
So this time, maybe the whole week, you know that, maybe this week from Monday to Thursday or Monday to Wednesday, I have some cash on me. I can afford to be buying data to be using for all those things. But let's say Thursday, Friday, I have low cash. right? So, okay, why don't I manage myself for that time? Put some of the things on low mode because I don't have much, so that I can just use that one for just messaging, right? So that's what we are saying. So we are not saying that stop using them, but try to know how we can manage them, right? Some of the things, you see, you have a lot of photo editing apps on your device, but I don't think you use them always, right?
True.
You don't use them always, so I advise that you put them on a Wi-Fi update. If only, but someone also say, for me, I don't get Wi-Fi. I have no Wi-Fi around my life that I will use. Some of us, when you get to the office, you might use the Wi-Fi, or when you get to home, you can use the Wi-Fi. But some of us too, we don't have Wi-Fi around. So if you put them on a Wi-Fi, that means that the app is not going to be updated. So that's where we try to use those free night bundles. If only you can stay a little bit in the night, then you do all your updating. Some of us, those times when we were studying, the night we download all our resource materials. Then the morning, when you see me like this, you think I'm using YouTube. No. I have saved it. I'm not using my data, so that is the trick. Okay,
DK. Finally, before we go, you see when you purchase credits like 5 cedis, you said the good people, that is Airtel to go, you can use, let's say, 665 megabytes. 665 megabytes on a usual day. How long can you use? How long can it sustain you?
So they're all good, please. So they're all good, but let's use Airtel to go.
Okay.
Yeah. So it depends on the user.
Okay.
Right. It depends on the resource materials I'm accessing on the phone.
Okay.
Right. So if you do bundle and you use for vlogging, I mean watching videos.
True.
Then you know that you are spending much. But if you go to, let's say, Twitter, you just go and read some tweets from people, you go to LinkedIn, you don't watch much videos, you are just reading articles on your mobile phone, probably, then you might use it for long, right? But if you are using it to watch videos, they don't really, that is the challenge some people even have, that with some of the service providers, they are not even able to give them a vivid breakdown of how they use their data. Right. So I should be able to know that this time around I was able to use that. But sometimes you are not privileged to know it, right? But when you are using it for videos, probably you know that you are spending much on that. But when you're using it for tests or reading articles on the online, then probably you have a long time that you can use that data.
Yeah. Any final message to people?
Yeah. So the best practice is just stay safe online this morning. And also, please, whenever you buy your data, know how you can manage it. It's not always that you pick your phone, you go to social media platforms to watch videos and stuff. Sometimes, if you know you have low cash, try to, just put them down and find other ways, if you can, right? And also, the code I gave is very important. I will advise you that periodically you can try them or check to see if maybe some of there are any subscriptions that you are not aware of online.
Okay, thank you very much,
You're
DK.
welcome.
Really appreciate your time. That's where we end today's show. But before I go, I want to send a big shout out to my very good friend Soraya Amin Larry. Yesterday had a wonderful event for yourself. I couldn't be there, but I want you to know that sisters makes the best friendship in the world. I love you so much. I love you for all the years you've been with me, and always remember that I'm always there for you. I couldn't be there yesterday, but then pardon me. My name is Anaya Tanobache. Up next is Good Morning Ghana with Annie Ifua Ampofo, and at 3 to 4, I will be back with entertainment review with my co-host. Enjoy the rest of our programs.